Hello, today is October 23rd and I finally got the problem I was having with this project resolved, and that is getting the router to connect to the circuit that jbprojects.net has on their website. If you go down, I got everything done. The router was tested and working, but I could never get the circuit to work, that being this circuit, to communicate with my router. And it was really a pain. It took me like 3 days. And I followed everything step by step. I even made this circuit 3 times. I broke it down from the breadboard 3 times and put it back together, figuring I had done a wiring mistake, but it wasn't. It was a software problem, and the software problem resided right in this point here. It's not really a problem with the software per se, it's where it gets placed. There's a line for, let's see if I can find it here on the website. I don't know if you can see this. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, this file here, this custom, right here, this custom user startup, well, in OpenWrite, when I installed OpenWrite, there is a file in there. It's already called, I think it's called S95 custom-user.startup. That's the file that you want to place all of this information in. Okay? Not this one, not this custom user startup. Okay? Because once it's done, here's the router. I follow the exact steps to make this from jbprojects.net. Now, if you know, and here's the circuit board, here's the breadboard with the LEDs, and here's where I apply power. Hey, the LED is on, if you can see that. And now I take the router and I'm going to boot the router up. Now, as you can see, it's already connected to the breadboard and the red light is on. So the router is booting, and when it finishes booting, the green LED should turn on, letting me know that it is communicating with the PIC circuit located there. That being the MAX 232, and that's the PIC 16 Fox 628A. There it is. The green light came on, and what that's telling me is that I can now take this laptop and wirelessly, using the car server program, the virtual basic software. Let's make sure that the router is connected to the right network. Nope, it's connected to my home network. So I'm going to connect it to the network that I created. I just call it Robo 1. And I connect. So notice the green light is still on. That's fantastic. These other LEDs, I put them in there as he did in his breadboard setup for the left, the right, forward, backward, and the horn. I think this green LED here would be the horn. Now, I'm connected, as you can see, wirelessly. And I press T using the VB software that he provided, and then the not connected message here goes away, turns into a small r. There's my IP address for the router, and Now, as you can see, as I'm pressing the buttons, including the H for horn, according to this, if you look at here, as I'm pressing the left, the right, forward, and backward, I mean, the LEDs are physically not properly placed, but the fact that they're lighting, I'm happy with that. And this is the horn. Beep, beep. So, it works. Next step is to also connect the IP camera. I got an IP camera. Where did I put it? Somewhere. And let's see. My IP camera will be, there he goes. This guy right here. Okay. This has a server in it already, and I can directly connect it with a short Ethernet cable directly to the back of the router. So this is going to be the eyes for the robot car, and this being the robot car, got this at, I think, at a Salvation Army for like $4. It's the biggest one I could find. It's hefty because I needed to get something heftier than the ones I got, because the other ones were just sagging when I put the battery on there. The battery, I got a really nice gel cell. It's a I think it's a 7500 milliampere hour battery. And that being said, that's this guy right here. Yeah, this is a hefty battery. See? It's pretty heavy. And this is 12 volts. Let's see if I can get some information out of it here. It says I can't even read it. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere on here it said, here it is, 12 volts, 7.2 ampere hour battery. Okay, and this guy's pretty hefty, and we will turn on the scale I have here, postal scale. Let's just see how heavy it is. Zero it out, and I placed the battery on top, and the battery weighs 5 pounds 9 ounces. That being said, that's this guy right here. So that's a pretty hefty battery, but it's got a good amount of power, and I think it'll work out nicely for this project. And again, back to the lights. We'll put this guy back where it was, and as you can see, lights are working fantastically. And this is a wireless connection, and it goes pretty far. I mean, I also increased the power output to this guy. I think I brought it up to only 89 milliwatts, because I read somewhere that that was probably the optimum milliwatt setting, because anything higher than that you'd get some kind of noise, but we'll see. I can play around with that later. So this is great. Now, also for future reference, this doesn't necessarily need to be connected to the robot car. You can also connect solid state relays instead of the LEDs, going out to different solid state relays to control various devices remotely via the internet. So the next step is to connect the camera, and be at a remote location, and the camera, what I'm going to do is have it looking at this circuit, and I will remotely be doing this from far away, and I want to see these lights do that too. Okay, that's the next experiment. Once that's done with the camera, then I know everything is absolutely ready to go, and it's just a question of putting the car together. Over and out. Take care.